stuff in there that you have to be careful. Even though you may not be working, you're technically unemployed, you're not working, but your employer has a job for you. You know, another scenario, a lady had, I don't know why she waited 6 months, but she waited too long. I forgot what they call it, dead in the water, something like that, but she waited too long to apply to get her unemployment benefits. So, technically what happened was she was laid off, but she got COVID. And once her 14 days were up, you know, her quarantine, she did not want to go back to work because of the conditions that she was working in, like the air or something like, you know, people work around shavings and stuff like that. She was saying that her lungs wasn't completely healed. And I was like, I understand, I get it, I understand that part. However, her employer offered her another position in another building. She said, I can't live off of that, so she quit. That was what messed her up. That's why she couldn't get unemployment. Because they gave her opportunity to work in another division at the same office, but she refused it because she can't live off that money, that salary. So technically they viewed it as a quit.
How long do they have to file after they're, not this situation, but if they're laid off or fired, how long do they have?
1 day. So if I was fired, if I was laid off or terminated tomorrow on Monday, I could file for unemployment on Tuesday.
So what if they waited? Is there like a time in which it's no longer available? Because you were saying something else about somebody waited too long.
Yeah, that lady did because she waited 6 months to kind of make us think about it. You know what I'm saying? And so something could have been done about it. You know what I mean? While she was during her COVID period.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? While she was out sick. Versus her waiting so long, and now she kind of wanted to do something about it.
Okay.
So that was the situation with that. When I talked to one of the representatives, she looked at it and she was like, "Man, she had just came in like, you know, right when she was, you know, during the COVID part, because they was allowing a lot of stuff, you know, people to still get paid. She waited so long, like past 6 months. That was it's hard. It was hard for them to really fight for her at that point. Yeah. So y'all have any questions, comments? You know, I know this class is going to be kind of short, kind of summarizing, you know, what we've learned. I know unemployment is a big thing, and I'm just giving y'all information that I've learned just while being there, because I don't technically work for unemployment at all. I just work for a different agency. I'm on the employment side and training. I'm really technically on the training side, where we help individuals get back to school. So if you know anybody that want to go back to school, get trained. If you know anybody that's laid up, because companies are still laying off. Anybody want to go back to school, they can let me know. All that good stuff. That's why I gave you guys these door hangers, so you can kind of look at it. I think it's got our phone number on the back. You can just give us a call, and we can help you with, you know, all kinds of things. If you don't have a computer at home, you come use our computer. We have printers, we have fax machine, we have copy paper, you know, resources in order for you to do your job search successfully.
Does the government put funding toward people going back to school or anything? Really? Oh.
Yep, we get funding from the government, and we have 2 programs that we fund: a dislocated worker program and the adult program. And a dislocated worker is someone that was laid off due to no fault of their own. You know, like Balo closed and close all the stores. Those are considered dislocated workers. The adult program works a little different. It's based on your household size and income. Because sometimes people come to us and they're working. They're already working.
Sure.
You know, it just depends on several factors. How many is in your household? Now, if someone receives SNAP, which is the food stamp program, if you receive SNAP, they consider you to be low income. Because if you meet their guidelines, you'll meet our guidelines for low income. So they technically have to be low income on the adult
In order to get funding for school?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
On the youth side, it's a little more flexible.
Yeah, yeah, youth is different. We don't do youth in our building, but just right down the hall, we have an agency that does the youth program.
Did Edwards take over that?
Yes. Eckerd, Youth Services. Eckerd kinda is their own entity in a sense, but they're connected with us. They're like our partners. You know what I mean?
Cause I know they got that grant. Goodwill don't have it anymore.
Right.
But they do have a youth program.
Okay, yeah, we had it, we lost it to Goodwill. Performance, I mean, it's really hard to get
Yeah,
youth.
you know, we perform.
Yeah, yeah,
Praise the Lord.
yeah, y'all did, yeah, you did good, but it was hard to get the youth to, and they have a lot of incentives for the youth programs.
Yes, Lord.
They pay them to go to school, they can get mileage, gas, I mean,
They get stipends, they get incentives.
They get
Getting their
incentives.
high school diploma.
Yeah.
And GED, if they don't have it, they get incentives.
Yeah.
Like meeting certain metrics, like if they come in
Yep.
and their test levels are low and then they get high, they get an incentive for that.
Yeah.
Lord.
I mean,
Yeah.
they get so many,
Yeah.
I used to love working for that program.
yeah, they
Is
get
that only for like, low income households for the youth or single
They can be
parent?
disabled adults.
Yep.
They
pregnant
gotta be
parent,
between 18 to 24.
24.
They can be pregnant or parenting, low income, is so many different variables with the youth program
Yeah.
as opposed to adults. They actually have a little more leeway.
They do. Yeah,
Wow.
even if that student had an IEP in high school,
Yes.
a barrier,
Mhm.
a pregnant teen or a parent,
Wow.
single parent, I mean, that's a lot of ways that, a youth can get into the program and get all the incentives. All you have to do is just go to school and just do the right thing, and you can get all this money.
That's amazing.
Basically, now our program, we don't pay you,
Right, right.
unless it's an OJT. If it's the on-the-job training, then you can train on the job.
Mm.
And we do have a partnership with the city of Greenville right now as machine operators, CDL, driving a truck. They can get paid from $15 on up for an OJT, on-the-job training. Yes,
What
ma'am.
age does this start for the youth? Is it 16?
18.
Or-
17 to 24 for the
Oh,
youth.
okay.
Because I know it changed so much.
It's 16 on here.
I don't know who made this flyer.
But in some cases.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know who made this flyer, but.
In some cases,
In some
if
places-
that person is dropped out of school.
Yeah, now if they're drop out.
They're 16, they are able to go through the program. Because I know one of the primary things we addressed, when I was a part of Goodwill's youth program, is people dropping out of high school. And I love the fact that we paid them to go back to school. We gave them gas vouchers, we gave them incentives for going to class, just to get their high school diploma or GED. Because a lot of people don't realize, if you're trying to help somebody become employable, the main thing that you have to have at least
Yeah.
is a high school diploma or GED, or you're gonna be operating against so many barriers. And like, even with that, I watched somebody go through our program. She got her CNA certification, her high school diploma first, CNA certification, and we put her in a position to be a nurse because she got that first certification. And there's so many underlying certifications that she got as well, like CPR. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
much that she didn't have to pay for. So it's
Right.
almost like we helped her parents and we helped her step into her future. And I mean, it was so rewarding working for that program. Now, of course,
Yeah.
with it being state, it was, after I got my master's, it was a little low. I was like, Jesus, come up. Let's
Right.
go. But there's so many rewards from working in career development. You get to speak to the youth, you get to train them, and you get to actually help Greenville County
Yeah.
youth step into like getting their high school diploma or GED, because we don't realize like it's so many kids working against barriers. They don't get their high school diploma or GED because they're having to work and take care of their household.
Yep.
Or because maybe they got pregnant and couldn't finish. And so this program is specifically designed to help those people who had those barriers in place, to push them forward and to give them hope. And I love that. I'm telling you, Jesus is behind that program.
Oh, yeah.
I know he is a designer of that program, that grant, because it's actually helping a lot of kids in the Black community come out of being broken, being impoverished,
Right.
being just
And
stuck in
generational
low
stuff,
bar.
yeah.
is actually propelling them forward, and they don't have to pay for it. They are getting paid. So don't get me started. I get excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great program. A lot of people don't know about it.
That's what I was about to ask you. Are they not advertising it? Like,
I used to be
They do. I
in these
mean,
streets.
I go out, I do my position is I'm a community outreach coordinator, so I'll go to certain places, and I used to go to the community centers like Nicholtown and it's like everywhere I go, it's like we never even knew about this program. Like
I've never heard of
SC
it.
Works has been around for I've been there 18 years, so I think at one time it was called, what was it called? You might know. Before WIA, it was called.
I don't know that, because I started with WIA.
Yeah, I forgot. But something had the J in it. I'll think of it when I'm not trying to think about it.
Is
But-
it JAG?
Huh?
Not JAG.
Yeah. No.
That's actually stationed in the high school. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
it
know they
wasn't
were
JAG. It was another program they used to call it. Was all the whole SC Works, just adults, all that. I'll think about it a little bit. Even our program now, the adults and the dislocated workers, with us, you have to be at least 18 to come through our program. But if you go to school, if you're in class now, they're giving people laptops. Now, you have to turn those back in once you finish.
Sure.
But they give gas mileage,
That's crazy.
for school. One time we used to do that a lot, but then they stopped. But, there's a lot of incentives to, kind of get your life,
Yeah.
basically. A flyer came out a couple weeks ago that the governor, put out, $300 incentive for someone who wants to get their GED. Like, say, you 30 years old and you didn't get your GED long time ago. If you're unemployed right now, you can go back to school, get your GED, you pass your test, you get $300. Another incentive.
Yeah.
They have the EMT program now. For those who are unemployed, people who are unemployed, they got two different ones, but just call us and we'll kind of explain the difference. But it's just the funding is different, that's what it is. The EMT program will bring with Tech. If you're unemployed, you just put in your claimant ID number, apply there. They pay for everything if you want to be an EMT. Then they have the EMT/EMS program with Greenville County. That's where you come through us because we were partnering with them. Same type of program. And we pay for that as well. So it's just the funding is different, but you'll get 20 hours of on-the-job training because you have to do shadowing on the ambulance, stuff like that. They pay you for that, like $17 an hour, something like $20 an hour, something like that. But they'll pay you for those 20 hours of you training while you're training, and then you guarantee the job once you're done. Yeah, and they were trying to get people, they're probably gonna do some more re-enrollment soon. They may have, I set up the classroom that day for 12 people to show up for orientation, and I got 2 that day. Now, I don't know about the other areas or whatever, but, there's opportunities out here. It's just, if you want to be an EMT, if that's something someone always wanted to do, or whatever, there's opportunities for all kinds of different types of training and educational opportunities, for folks out here. Just take advantage of it,
Do they tell schools and guidance counselors about that program for the youth?
The youth, I'm wondering if, I have asked Amanda Mason.
I mean, I know that's not your field.
Yeah,
I was just curious because I just think about people I
I
grew up with.
used to go to a lot of the high schools. I've gone to every high school pretty much in Greenville. We set up a table and tell them about what we do. And, they'll get flyers, stuff off the table and stuff like that. But that was pre-COVID, that was pre-COVID. So I don't know if they really do that, tell a lot now. Yes, ma'am.
So this is one of the things I love about Goodwill. I know they lost that grant, but they had me specifically set up to be a program recruiter.
Yeah.
And so I was going to the high schools, I would go to like job functions, I would go to rec centers like that big one downtown, the Crop Center.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
To different events. I
Yep.
would go to lifelong learning. I would actually go and post up at apartment complexes.
Yep.
I got a lot of my people doing footwork. just because a lot of people don't know about this program. And that's why I say I love what Goodwill did, because they had me specifically set up as a program recruiter. And then once I recruited the people, we had case managers and I assisted.
Yeah.
And so they had a process in place. And I know it's been a while since I worked, but I do think that component with Goodwill, as far as the recruiting part, it set me up for where I am now.
Yeah.
But it also gave a lot of exposure during that time.
Yeah.
As far as this program. So it was very prominent. I was speaking on radio stations. I mean, I was out here like literally doing work. But I did see that part diminish when I left.
Yeah, because picking up a pamphlet, more than likely.
They're not gonna read. Yeah, people need to know, like, you know, we used to go and sit at Greenville Housing Authority, you know.
Yes.
So we need to give people offer assistance.
Yes.
You have to get a job and be more marketable. You can't live on it forever.
Right.
But, you know, like I said, pre-COVID, we're eventually gonna get back out there, you know, do that kind of stuff. And sometimes we may be open for business, but other agencies may not be ready for that.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to adhere to everybody's rules,
Yeah.
you know, they got going on too. So, but like I
That's
said,
great. I
yeah,
didn't know about it. I just think it's great because a lot of people
Yeah.
get stuck. Like
Yeah.
they just feel stuck in it. Like they have an option.
right,
That's
yep,
why I feel
they
like
do,
that. So
yeah.
That's great to know.
And we partner with certain agencies that have clothing, interview. We even have a closet in the back that we have interview clothes for clothes that they can't make it to the house clothes, but we got you. You know, we have, you know, your size and shoes and all that kind of stuff. We can get that for you as well. So there's a lot of resources that we give. I can't do it. What do you say?
We ain't got no excuse.
Oh, that's
Folks ain't
right.
got
Yeah.
no
If I
excuse. Folks ain't
can't,
got
I
no
can't get it
excuse.
for you, I can hook you up with an agency that can. You know, because I work with a lot of different agencies, a lot.
She is very connected.
Yeah.
That's how we met.
Yeah, yep. Debbie and I met through our connection with SC Works.
That's great.
So thank you guys for,
Yeah.
if y'all, I'm gonna leave a few of these little door hangers for you guys. If anybody wanna know any additional information about us, if you have a youth that needs some help, assistance, all that good stuff, just, you know, let me know. We'll get you, like I said, I don't have the information, I can find it for you, because we have a lot of information. We even have the, Harvest Hope Food Box Program.
Oh, wow.
Every other Thursday, they pick up right over there where Old Buck Mickle used to be. So, I mean, there's some good vegetables in those boxes. I've gotten a few of them, trust me. You know, $10 for a box, and you get all these vegetables, and when I'm meal prepping, I can cut up all my stuff. So it's good. And if someone is on food stamps, the box is $5. But for us, it's 10. If anybody ever, and the vegetables are fresh. Carrots, fruit, bananas, all that, collard greens, whatever, you know. So if you ever want that, you can pay for it online. The Harvest Hope, I'll submit the website on our page here on the CYM financial page. So if you ever in need, or you know someone in need, you know, you can just pick it up. I think the pickup times are like 3:30, between 12 and 3:30, and they'll already have it ready for you.
And where's the Buck Mickle Center?
So it's across the street from McAllister Square.
Oh, yeah.
Directly across the street,
Yeah.
behind there where United Way is.
Oh,
They always have a tent set up.
Oh, so United Way, right down Edinburgh Court or
Yep,
whatever?
that's it.
Okay.
And you can drive through, and they'll put your box in the car for you. They'll just say, "What's your name?" and check you off. They'll even put it in there for you. Get your fruit, vegetable box. Harvest Hope. You can, you know, look up their website too.
Casey, you better be ashamed of this club.
Yes, so thank you guys. Like I said, I just wanted to give y'all a summary of what we in. Next week, Rod is gonna do a summary of, what he's been talking about, and, then we'll be done, so I thank you guys.
You're not through with us, are you?
For today, yeah, I am, because next week, Rod is gonna do his part, and so, I'll be here next week, but he's gonna do his part too, on all the good stocks and credit and all that other good stuff, you know, that I don't tap into,
This was good. Yeah, this was really good. I didn't know a lot of that. That's really good.
Good, awesome. Thank y'all. Debbie, you wanna close this out right quick?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sure, why not?
Let us pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for her sharing her gifts with us shamelessly and just helping us be able to operate independently, without assistance, without, services, and just be able to go above Lodabar. So God, we're just forever grateful for you instilling the gifts that you have in Stacy. We ask that you replenish her, bless her for what she's done, bless her in her coming and going, and let her gifts be even magnified beyond this building. God, send her out to teach the nation so we can all live in financial freedom, which is a part of wholeness, which is a part of freedom. So we just thank you today, and we expect an intentional move of God from this lesson to transfer over to service. We want the same excitement. So we're expecting you to show up in a way that you haven't before. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, ma'am.